In this video, I want to talk more about how we deal with grief as time progresses, perhaps years after our partner has died. So many videos that we hear talk about the immediate loss or very short after. In this one, I want to focus perhaps years. So if it's years after your partner died, then this video is for you. Before I get into that, please make sure that you subscribe. There's a button below me that clicks subscribe. Click the little bell icon and you will be notified when these videos go live. And if you really like this video, please do consider giving a super thanks. There's a thanks button below me as well. When you do that, you can give a small amount of money and it really helps keep this channel going. This was a realization that I had the other day, and I was watching a TV program. I was actually watching a TV program about hoarders, people that hoard things in their house, and the house gets to the point where they have to get a professional agency come in. And one of these people was talking about they'd had a loss of, I think it was a child many years before, and they were talking about the emotion and how they felt so emotional all of the time and were just breaking down all of the time and crying continuously, really. And this inability to deal with life had led them into this sort of situation of hoarding. And what I realized as I thought about it, and I like to be sort of reflective, and I would encourage you to be reflective as you experience these things in life. Just ask, well, how does that relate to me? Just reflect it back. And I thought, you know what? I actually feel like that as well. This emotion, this constant emotion, almost as though I'm living on the edge, on the precipice of emotion all of the time. And that if I were to kind of let go, as it were, that I could plunge into this deep depression and not come out of it again. That's how it feels to me. And it struck me as I was thinking about that, the similarities to addiction. So, for example, someone that is addicted to gambling, relationships, to alcohol, once someone becomes an alcoholic or smoker, anyone like that, a smoker is always a smoker. An alcoholic is always an alcoholic. It's just how long do they go between drinks? And when they're working a program, particularly a 12-step program, they work the program. When they work it, it works. And as long as they keep working their program, they can extend that gap between having drinks longer and longer. But there's never a point at which they say, yep, that's it, I'm cured. It's just how long do they go? And the ones that work it continuously, that gap gets longer and longer. And I feel like that about grieving, that if I didn't work it, if I didn't work the system, if I didn't work a program, then I would collapse and fall back into not gambling or drinking like an addict, of those things, that I would fall into a depression, which is kind of the default state for me for grief, would just be low and down all the time. So I have to work it. And I realized, do you know what? This is life. This is life as a grieving widow. I have to work it all of the time. And if I don't, I will fall back just like the gambler, the smoker, the drinker. I will fall back into that default position, which for me would be just lying on the floor and crying the whole time. And I guess that's one reason I set up the Peace and Acceptance Support program, which if you go to the Lost Without Her website, lostwithouther.com, the hyphens in between, and you search or look in the top, there's a navigation that talks about the Peace and Acceptance program. Look through the steps. Those steps I'm working all of the time, very much like someone that has an addiction. I have to work the program. So my challenge to you is, do you have a program to work? Do you work it every single day and accept that you have to work it every single day in order to keep your head held up, your shoulders back, and moving forwards in life.